This is my watch list for Thursday, August 6th. All right, so what's happening with SPY? Pretty choppy session yesterday. I mean, we sold immediately off the open, but then after that, we chopped for nearly 4 hours. I mean, this period, once we tapped that demand at 770, we chopped from noon all the way to the close. So it was a 4-hour period of chop. Now today we are still within that same flat range that we had chopped around in. So the question for today is, do we reclaim, I would say 772, which was the top of this chop. If we reclaim 772, we could push back into yesterday's highs. Or do we sell below 770? If we sell below 770, then we could see continuation selling, okay? So let's see what happens with that. I am not really going to trade SPY today unless we get to this 760. Then I will look for a bounce at 760. Okay, that's my plan on SPY. For the Qs, I took this short yesterday. This was, I had talked about this with Brett in the pre-market, this big supply at 725. I really wasn't planning to trade the indices yesterday, but this was just such a nice failure of, this was, all right, so we broke above, right? And then we failed below previous session high. And this is where I got short. This arrow right here at 1025, I got short. And you guys see, this was just a beautiful downtrend for the rest of the session. This trade wound up doing like 50, 100%. I don't even know. But this was a beautiful entry, okay? And Qs are gapping down 0.5%. So Qs are a bit weaker than SPY today, okay? Where do we have demand? 710, okay, on the Qs. If 710 holds, can look for longs. If we get below 710, this could turn into a short again on the Qs, okay? Apple, one of my main watches today, 320 reject, okay? This was pretty bearish since they reported earnings. If we get a pop into that 320 supply, I like this for short. AMD, I like this for short if we get under 460, okay? 460 here, 460 here, it's a big level. If AMD gets below 460, I like that for short. Amazon, it failed previous all-time high. All right, this isn't a good setup for me unless we reclaim that previous all-time high, and even then, I want to see us like start building above previous session highs and all that. Google, remember Google had that news yesterday that the chief engineering or someone, the chief, I forgot who it was, the chief design or chief engineering officer is leaving the company, right? And the stock dropped 4%, right? Google dropped 4%. And this could potentially see lower if we lose yesterday's lows, so 356. If we get below 356, this can sell all the way back down into the low 340s, all right? So that's something that we could watch today as well. Meta, not doing much. Netflix, this is my second top watch today. You guys see these wicks? It tried to break over 75 yesterday, right? Off the open, it broke 75, but then failed it. This looks like just a misprint, but if we get above 75 today and reclaim yesterday's highs, then this can rip. All right, 75 is a big level from back here, okay? So that's something I'm watching today. Above 75 has room to 77, 78. PLTR, I got a little scalp on this yesterday, but it wound up failing, right? So I got in once this candle reclaimed 164. I got in like right here, and then I trimmed. I was up 15%, and then I immediately sold runners because I didn't want to let the trade go red, and then it failed, right? So this is a huge level on PLTR. You guys see from way back here on the 4-hour, bam, bam, bam. 163, 164 is huge. It failed yesterday, but if it can reclaim today or sometime this week, next week, then we can take this long again, back over that 164, okay? NVDA, one of the strongest names, okay? It broke above the 214 and it's holding. I like the 214 bounce if we get that. I likely won't take this long over 222. It's already made a really big move from where we bounced at 190. So I would rather take this on a pullback, all right? Now, you can take that trade over 222. Just be a little bit more, I would say, more conservative on that. I wouldn't go super heavy, okay? But if we get the 214 bounce, I like that a lot. I like that position a lot, all right? And then Tesla, the 337 reject, if we get that at some point, it hasn't made the move yet, but if we get that, I do like the short on Tesla to retest that supply from back here, all right? So that's my watch for today. I'll see you guys on live.